zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out. Just thinking to myself like, what is life about? Zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out, zoning, zoning. I be zoning out. Mama told me mind my business, never run my mouth. See, when I'm zoning, I'm roaming, I'm in a different world, a different family and money, even a different girl. So what we plotting, right? So what's the move tonight? I'm always on my grind all the time, so let's do it right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Loyalty Game Podcast. I'm your host, E.
It's your boy Bucks.
Bruh, you got Lil Kid about it.
Car.
You just tuned into the Loyalty Game Podcast, and today's actually gonna be a crazy topic, man, because we're gonna make a part two to what we was talking about 2 episodes ago, which is basically the streets. Fellas, we got a whole, you was here last time, Issa, I'll talk to you later. When I say streets, fellas, what pops in your head when I say the streets? Like, what does that mean to you?
Where you coming from? Like, what you mean by like these streets? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
My head, like,
that's what I'm talking about. Like, what's the first thing that popped in your head when I say?
First thing I feel like probably like a hood nigga, you feel me? Like nigga in the shit.
Okay.
I think that shit like, I don't know. It's so many different parts to this shit. It's like hard to just group it.
Like what pops in your head basically is what like you.
What's the first thing you think about when
I'm saying like what pops in your head is basically what you go to. You could ask like somebody.
When you think of the streets, then you think of just guns, drugs, violence, whole lot of just, you feel me?
And is that really the street?
Shit, you feel me?
Is that the streets or is that just like your environment? Like where you?
I think that's the streets area in the streets of America, regardless where you at, the streets of the world. Man. It's guns, drugs, and violence. That's what we based off of, these poverty and stricken neighborhoods. I think that's what we based off of. Like, that's our root. Guns, drugs, violence, and music.
No, for real. I would say, that's really
some type of entertainment.
Hip hop era. That shit sound like hip hop to me. Just guns.
Even probably before it though, you gotta think. Niggas was probably doing smooth jazz. They was probably snorting coke like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it was disco
too, though.
Everybody was listening to disco.
They was in shit, They was in the streets too. Even back in the day, if you watch like certain movies and shit, them white boys was on it back in the day. No bullshit. Like,
and what was that?
The mafia.
Like, was it more like
that was the street
culture? Was it more like the culture in the streets, or was it like a different in the streets?
I think that was the streets too. It just was. It took a shift.
I like what Kai said. You said the mafia, right? The mafia was the streets. It was the structure. Like, when you was in the streets, you was most likely part of a mafia.
Is that a black thing? I never heard of a black person.
No. There was. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Come on, it was a bunch of black mobsters.
Brazi, right? I forgot.
You got
a couple of them.
You got every different type of race. You got Italian mobsters. You got Russian mobsters.
When you say that, that's what I think about. I don't think about black people at all because it's not too many of them holding it down. I think about
because most known mobsters are Italians. Most known mobsters. You know what I'm saying? Like John Gotti, Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like all them niggas.
What the fuck is his name? Damn, Robert De Niro. Damn, what the fuck is his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Fuck. Is it Pacino? Al Pacino?
No. You talk about movies. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. That's movies and shit.
Yeah,
but they
played dumb.
They played like mobsters.
They played mobsters.
Yeah, they played mobsters.
But the real names was
Robert De Niro. That's his real
name. No. Robert De Niro played. He played
played in a lot of fucking movies.
I think it was an Irish mobster.
I think about Casino.
Because I know Al Pacino, he played in The Godfather and Scarface.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's like that, like The Godfather, that joint really like
Godfather.
Shit.
Yeah.
Right. And what was their race?
They shit was Italian.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was trying to get to. Like Al Pacino, like the Italians, they was really the mobster. Like that's what I grew up on. Like when you think mob, I think of them, and I think of like more like gangsters and shit, and hoodlums.
So you don't think that was the street? That wasn't the streets.
No, I think it was the streets, but I just think it was the structure.
I think it was just structured.
I was just saying, like, you can ask us what the streets is, and we'll say this and this and this. You can ask an Italian person what the street is. That was what they call organized. Still kind of be the same, but it'd be different because you know how they move.
That was what they call organized crime. Yeah, every crime they did was organized. Everything they did was organized. Like it was I'm saying, yeah. Like when you was in the streets back then, most likely you was part of a mob. He was part of a mafia.
I think that shit just changed with generation, though. You feel me? Generation and different drugs and different, you know, gangs and new music. And like you said, it's like everything changed over time, generation. That shit get, I don't know if it get worse or if it is gradually staying the same.
No, it got way worse. It got way worse.
It's not even getting worse. It's like, it's been out there. It's just getting known.
Like I feel like
it's just no respect though. Like you could think back in the 90s how they used to move on the block and everything, even running away from the cops, hijacking cars, doing all the shit they did. Is not the same now. Where it's just like niggas is just out here. I don't even fucking know. Niggas is just killing each other. Like it just wasn't as much killing as it is now. Like and you dying for no reason. A bitch. You got a corner that's not even yours.
You got on this board just right.
Exactly.
In Chicago, they been had this era. You feel me? They been had all the killing nonstop, and now it's just like leading to everywhere else.
Down. It's a trickle down effect. It's gonna always go like that though. You got
Chicago was crazy.
Somewhere else gonna get it after we get it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just gonna trickle down.
That's all that's going on in Philly.
Y'all gotta think about that. Even if we're gonna talk about that, like even down to like. Motherfucking before Chicago, you had DC was the murder capital. You feel me? Like it's just like it's so many like it's just how they publicize it. But I feel like this shit been going on for years. You know what I'm saying? Like even back they like motherfucking it was killing black people every day, lynching black people every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
this, like racist years, or you talking about something?
I'm talking about racist years. Like they've been. That's the streets too, though. Bro.
No, that is
some street shit.
It is. Yeah.
You fool me? Like regardless, that's ain't no legal shit. They was on some street shit. The law just ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because they was a part of the law.
Exactly.
But it was definitely some illegal shit that they was doing.
Oh, of course. They was sitting there hanging people,
but they was on some street shit. That's some street shit, though, bro. You feel me? Like they was on some about that.
Man, that shit different. I ain't even think about that being like taking it back, people hanging shit.
Yeah, bro. That's all.
Just you know, it is. It is Black History Month. You know what I mean? So
KKK. It's a gang.
There you go. That was
one of the biggest gangs in the world.
The biggest gang in the world is the fucking police. That's the biggest gang in the fucking world. Undefeated. Can't beat them motherfuckers.
And who they funded by? Motherfucking Pride KKK. You hear me?
I believe that they still out there. I believe that the people that rule the world and shit is all racist.
Yeah,
I believe all that shit because it's just like
if you see the higher ups, I bet you won't see no
racism. Isn't something that you're born with. Like it's something that's taught. It's taught to you. Like you don't just like go in the world. You see somebody with a different color of skin or whatever. You just like like that just doesn't happen. Like.
Fuck no, you don't even pay attention to that type of shit.
You be chilling, it's just not like why do I hate this person? Because they a little darker, like or they lighter, or they like it's something that's like
I mean, it's still going on now.
Hate that person.
It's still going on now, but back then it was worse.
You saw
that going on. They still hang people.
You saw that video going around like on Johns in Franklin Town. They were spraying
the girls that was spraying.
Yeah,
that shit going viral, and they did nothing. They did nothing about it.
That shit crazy.
Sprayed her whole face black and said this is for Black History Month or some shit.
They all just giggling. They was bullying that girl.
Yeah, she was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, if you seen her face, she was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
no, cause in the video she said, "I'm black and I'm proud." She was.
Oh shit! I ain't even see the whole video. I only seen like 10 seconds.
But you could tell they was like really like
they was forcing her.
Yeah, they was on some shit with her for she's like a little wimp too. Like, you feel me?
That's crazy.
Like, that's something they parents taught them. You feel me?
How can we fucking prevent, the youth basically from going to the streets, going the routes that we took, or our parents took, or our family took, or whatever?
Never gonna happen.
What you mean never gonna happen?
Nowadays, never gonna happen, bro. They want to be gangsters, bro.
Niggas don't listen.
First of all, you want to be gangsters. That shit not in the book. First of all, that shit.
Like our generation don't listen. Like you feel me? Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like I don't know. Like they just don't listen. They hard headed as shit.
I said this in my last episode. I feel as though it's because like when you out there in the streets, or everybody, I feel as though everybody want to dib and dab because when you young, whenever somebody say your parents say no, don't do it, you like fuck it, I still want to go do it, so you do it. And when you get out there in the streets, the only thing that's around you is people, you know, giving you the right idea, but not the right idea. Oh, you should invest your money, but you should invest in doing this, getting some, you know, some crack or something like that, versus investing into some type of business to get out the street because, you know, I don't want you out here. Because, you know, back in the day, they actually cared about you. Damn, yo, I don't want to see you, you know, get fuck your whole life over and shit like that. You know what I mean? If you're going to get in, get out. Now they just don't care. They just like, fuck that young boy. You know what I mean? You just add it to the block.
But this what I say. This what I say, though. This why I say they ain't never going to stop, dude, because you got to think about it. All right, so anything, like, no matter if you did shit 4 or 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 plus years ago, right? It was somebody that was watching you when you was doing that shit. Mm-hmm. They seen what you was doing, and now they want to do that shit too. So you got to think for every nigga that's out here that ever on some street shit, it's a young boy that think that shit is cool and he watching him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, regardless if that nigga's a nobody, bro, he could be the store runner, bro. Mm-hmm. If a young boy don't know and he just see a nigga got some nice drawings or some shit and he be around these street niggas, he don't know, he oblivious to this shit, especially with Instagram. You look at this shit, he think he know everything.
So this brings me to my next question. Even if y'all don't, because I don't believe everybody do, but you was a child, you know, at one point in time. So how important do you think it is for your parent to raise your child, or you to raise your child right, or your mom and dad to have raised you right?
I don't think that got nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with what, being in the streets? Yeah. I think it's got a lot to do with it. If you're not around it,
I think if you're
not around it, you ain't even got the option.
If we talking about financially, we talking about like a moral or something that you could instill in them.
Oh, it could be a moral too. It's like especially. Well, I think a moral is actually more important than where you at, because now you just like, I know what I could do, but I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. You know morally, what you could do, I feel like only thing you could do is let your child experience, or even just put them in that environment. Now, those is the only two options that you could get where your child is going to be like, oh, they ain't never gonna try to be in the streets, because I done had cousins that live big ass backyards and pools and all that, and they going, you feel me? They try to be on the same shit me and bro on. We down here struggling though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
But they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they on the same shit.
I don't know why people want to try to live that lifestyle. Because it's really like, I guess it's a thrill.
Cause look, right?
Cool, right? I guess it's like a thrill, but niggas is really fighting for their life. Niggas is really looking over their shoulders every day.
Tell me $100,000 on the gram don't look.
You gotta peep this though.
And look cool, but come on, now the real life thing is, you looking over your back, and any day a nigga can take your life over.
Especially in this day and age, ain't no real life, bro.
You know what I mean?
Real. With these young niggas, it ain't no real life.
Everything over the internet, so the internet is like really distracting niggas.
Ain't no real life right now. Especially with these young niggas, like, it's no real life. This shit is all over music, a beat, a act, like, whatever. Like, this shit ain't really like real life until they see a nigga smoking. That's really what it is. It ain't none of this shit real life, bro. It's all a troll on Instagram.
No, for real. And then it'll be so fake. It's crazy how like fake shit on the internet can turn into some real shit.
It's really real. Like how we say, how I'm saying it's not real, but it's really real, because it's like that shit from that little fake shit, so-called fake shit. It's like,
you got your internet thugs. Yeah, that's gonna say anything to a nigga that's actually about it. You know,
that should be crazy, bro.
So I guess the only thing that you could do to try to kind of prevent them, because I know for me, I was told no, don't do it. It's nothing out there. It's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. I go out there, dumbass get booked. Now I'm on probation on all these different papers. I did all this just to come back to the shit. My dad said it was nothing out there. There ain't shit out there. Now then you just feel like a dumbass when you're older, because nobody want to listen, and they did the same thing. So it's just a cycle. Like, why the fuck is it this? Like, why the fuck are we so ignorant to the fact that we don't want to listen to our parents?
I just feel like
we gotta go through the shit to be like, damn, y'all right.
I just feel like it's the age.
Especially as a man.
I don't
we feel like we could do it a little better. Like all right,
If
I
you
see where you
fucked up
fucked
like
up
this,
at.
I could do
All
it
right, I
like
could probably
that.
do it better like that. You feel me?
If you think it like that, now you got the cop that's been doing this for 30 years looking at the streets expanding. Like, oh, look at this motherfucker. Oh, well, yeah, he did better than this motherfucker. All right, well, you know what I mean? But they still getting hip to this shit because they just watching this shit evolve. This cops have been out there 30, 40 years on this shit. They just patrol shit. Like, I got caught by a motherfucking bike cop. He was old as shit. You know what I mean? Pulled up on me on the bike. I'm telling you, you ain't getting away from them bike cops, nigga. You know what I mean? It ain't no...
That shit
Oh,
different.
they
The
on
bike
you.
cops, nigga, they
You know what I mean?
different.
They
Bro,
on you.
That's my whole thing about that though. Like,
About what?
I think because I was thinking about like when you say prevention, like you
Mhm.
say how do we prevent? I
Mhm.
was thinking about that a little bit deeper. Like, I don't think it's more of a prevention thing. It's like an awareness thing. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
gotta bring awareness to
Right.
it.
You could tell them exactly what you're getting into.
Exactly.
Now, if you want to
Yeah.
get into that,
That's
but
what
the
it
thing is, I think it's more of like, at least it was for me, that I seen my friends and my cousins out there and they
Alright.
getting money. So I'm like, all right, let me go do it.
You got sons or you got
Who, me? I
Yeah.
got 2 sons.
all right, so you know, would you whip your son's ass if you seen him on some street shit, or would you talk to him?
It depends. It depends. Now, I think it's levels to it. Because now, if I got to bail you out of jail, I'm whooping your ass. Because I
Right.
didn't told you. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, but you know that you got to learn. Like I think the first couple of times just look at it like, damn, that's what I did. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I
My,
know.
my dad told me I sound like my dad right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I sound like it's nothing out there. But I can't tell you that. You gonna want to sneak. I done snuck out the house 1, 2 in the morning to go do this and go get some pussy and all that. Try to come back to the window, that shit locked. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. Yeah, I mean, shit.
Now you gotta knock on the
Exactly.
Wait, no. It's not even that, right? It's the
That's
moment.
real life
It's
shit,
the
though.
moment that before you knock on the door, you already know what's coming, nigga.
Exactly.
So like, you already like, all right, I'm gonna knock on
Your
the
parents
door. I'm
sleeping
gonna get
with
my
ease. They like,
ass
fuck that
whooped.
motherfucker, dog. I know you
I'ma
gotta
get
knock
my
on the door.
ass whooped. Fuck it, I'm gonna just take the ass for one time. Two.
That's a lonely ass knock. I'm telling you, it be late night, it be cold as shit.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
You just standing there hoping they open the door.
Mhm.
You standing there hoping they come to the door. You hoping it's one of your siblings so you can go there, right? Go upstairs, you know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga,
That's real life though. Like I said, it is a thrill. Now that I think about it, it was a thrill, but nigga, I went to jail. I mean, that shit, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Being sat down, being in bars. You ever been in fucking handcuffs, nigga?
Yeah.
You try to move, them bitches get tighter and
Yeah,
tighter.
nigga.
Oh my gosh, nigga, I don't need that type of jewelry.
I'm
nigga.
glad I had
I'm
an iPhone when
He
I
said,
was in
I don't need
handcuffs,
that type.
nigga.
I'm good.
That shit was straight like put that shit on my pocket. Yo, Siri. Yeah, call straight from the rip, nigga. I was like, look.
I don't
Siri.
know- I don't know what situation you was in. Cops take everything when they
Nah,
take
nigga, they
everything
just put me in the
off.
back of the truck. They ain't even.
Yeah,
He
that's
just
what I'm
cuffed
saying.
me,
I
put
don't,
me
I
right
don't
back
know
in
what
the
you.
truck. I'm
Yeah,
like, what
I don't
the
know what
fuck?
situation.
I'm
that
like,
was
oh,
in.
all right, watch this. Yo, Siri, call. Then my
You
dean
got
got me
Siri
out.
listening right now, nigga.
I
You just said it like 3 times. She's like, "Yes, master. Yes."
see, look, these phones be listening, bro. I don't like
That's
that, bro.
you got that. You got it turned on. I don't got that turned on my phone. You said it like 5 times. You don't see nothing pop up.
No, that's crazy. These
No,
phones
that's
really be
crazy.
listening,
That's
bro.
real shit though, man. That's real shit.
You gotta think about it, bro. Like,
What is it really gonna take? Like, do you got to scared? Like, that's I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know who I got to talk to. I don't know who you got to.
opener, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because y'all really the youth. You know what I mean, I think
No,
I'm the
it's like
oldest
this.
in here.
yeah.
It's like
I'm
this.
28.
I feel like this the plan for
So
him.
yeah, y'all the fucking youth. So y'all got the answers for me.
This
And the
plan,
answer
right?
is
I don't know. I feel like if I had like more activities younger,
Never, bro.
yes, because like
Niggas
it's
had
like,
all the
No,
opportunities
but
in
it's
the
like-
world.
not really though.
Niggas could have
You
played
feel me?
basketball. We had
You feel
Holmesburg
me? But
right
it was
there,
like-
bro. We could have played
It wasn't
basketball.
like nobody
football,
on me like
anything,
you feel
bro.
me. Go play this. Like put me in the like you feel me.
and
put
that was
me in
that,
structure.
that was my main. That's
bro.
what I said
Structure.
earlier.
I'm
Nobody
about
was
to
on
say,
us
nigga,
telling
my
us to go
main
smoke
thing
weed
was
structure.
or
My
smoke
main
cigarettes and none of that shit neither, bro.
Mm.
Nobody was on us telling us to go do that, but we
bored,
still
nigga.
It wasn't really that they
bored.
was on you.
You
It's
feel
really
me?
it's
I
just
was
what you
bored 'cause
saw.
I wasn't
we
that
figured it out, though.
You feel
You
me?
figured out to
I
pick up a
wasn't
cigarette
doing
and smoke it.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying we
Oh.
figured out how to get it.
Oh, I'm
We
about
figured
to
out how to
say.
do it. We
Yeah.
could have figured out how to play
was
some
bored.
organized sports, bro.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Same
Like
thing.
dead serious, because it was niggas back in the day, like niggas is smoking now and all that shit. But I remember when I was smoking back in the day, I used to go to the park and I used to spark my ability, sit on the side, watch niggas play. I'm sitting with the niggas that I'm probably 12, niggas like 15, 16, you
Mhm.
feel me? I'm sitting with them niggas. I'm trying to pass the duty to the niggas. I know they, nah, bro, I'm an athlete, bro. I don't smoke, bro. I'm
Yeah.
an athlete. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it was niggas on that, bro. We just ain't choose that route. It's like certain niggas that don't choose that, bro. It's like you not gonna know until you know.
But listen,
Shit,
I know where
I
Kyle
was-
coming from because some of these
Right.
athletes really do got people behind them. Like,
Yeah.
Forcing
Somebody
them,
that's
like,
on them, like, yo,
yo, I want
no,
you to do
you're
this, like,
not
you feel
gonna
me?
do this. Like, you're not.
They got
You know
shit
what I mean?
set up
And
for
that's
them
just what it
already.
is.
They already in position.
But like
They-
you
they
said,
know
if they
people
don't,
that's
if they
in-
don't want to do it, they still don't got like, fuck,
They
I'm
not
running
gonna
away.
do it.
I'm running away. You know what I mean? Fuck that.
Bro,
Like I'm
look
doing.
at all these fucking athletes that didn't. Oh, he about to get it. He was about to get signed, and then he crashed out.
Yeah.
Them boy been crashing out the whole time. They just was covering it up.
Yeah.
They can't cover it up no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he been crashing. out.
That's life though.
You
That's
see what I'm saying?
real
Like,
life though.
you-
Like that's the shit you see in the movie, but this
can't-
shit is real
You
life.
can't escape it if that's what you want. You want it.
Mhm.
Once your brain is torched to something, and you got your mindset on doing something, you gonna want to do it for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Until you learn, like, damn,
Yeah,
this
you gonna have to
motherfucker
learn
was right. The
otherwise,
motherfucker
bro.
that told me
Yeah.
that it was wrong, they was right.
So
Yeah,
it's
man.
really an exposure thing. It's like
That's
little,
crazy.
it's little white kids and shit like that never, or even little black kids that was brought up in a certain neighborhood that never, they went to private school their whole life, ain't never
Exactly,
been
so that's
exposed to
what
this
they
shit in
know.
their life.
Exactly.
They know a whole different type of shit. They
Mhm.
might be exposed to some crazy drug parties and shit in California.
You know, it's
and
always some crazy
Calabasas.
shit like
Oh,
that.
But it's a different twist
Niggas,
to it.
them niggas taking mollies and shit.
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
That's
They
what I
still
said.
don't go through
That's
their own
what
shit
I
too.
said earlier, though. You know
But
what I mean?
the streets, if we talking about the streets, they don't got to worry about going outside and getting
That's what I'm
shot.
saying. They streets
and
is
none of
different.
that.
They be
But
like, what
they
do you
might
mean the
overdose.
streets? I see the street cleaner out there, and you know, and then you know, I say hi to Miss Joy every day.
every
and,
morning,
you know,
like, I go outside in the morning.
yeah, and then, you know, I'll be out there feeding the birds, and they're like, what?
What the fuck is you talking about?
You know what I mean? That's the streets
That
of
shit
them.
be like, nigga, I go out there, go to the store, I gotta move a fiend away. Nigga, move. Get the fuck over there. Nigga, like, what the fuck is you
Yeah,
talking
it's
about?
like
Bro,
that.
It's
like that. No, it's like that though. It's really like that.
I don't know, it's because I've been in the fucking hood too long though. But when I went up there one time, bro, I stood up there and I went outside early in the morning, bro. I had all these people trying to start conversations with me, bro.
All right, fellas. So you know, let me fix this. I ain't gonna keep y'all all night, even though you mean we having a good conversation. I got this. I got this last cut. Fucking cut. It's like nah. I got this last question for y'all, and I want y'all to think about this question that I'm about to ask y'all. So, how important is it to basically for you to follow the rules of the world?
Or the world,
Or the world. No, the world, not the street. We ain't talking the streets. We're talking about legally. How important is it for you to do that? Do you do that?
Yeah.
Do you know your laws?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
like,
No,
if a cop
yeah,
arrest me
no,
and then-
like-
and then they try, you feel me?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if a
Yeah.
cop pull you over on some shit. if a
Oh,
cop
no.
Oh
pull you
yeah,
over,
I follow
But
everything.
it's more like, I mean, do you know what to say to get out of a situation?
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you, other than like, no, fuck you, drawing nut ass cop, pow pow.
Fuck
You know what I mean?
I be calm, cool,
You gotta
collected with
chill.
them.
You gotta be on some chill shit.
You got listen, to answer every question they ask
It's
you.
not
that's
really
it.
answering the question. Is asking him questions.
I know you gotta
Yeah, man, it's just
answer with a
knowing
question.
shit.
You gotta
So,
answer
like,
with a question.
What did I do wrong?
Right, you
Exactly.
chilling. All right,
So,
well,
like-
I mean, I put my hands behind my back. Whatever you want me to do, we chilling.
Like,
but
you want me
we
to
having
grab
a
my license and
conversation now.
registrations? Like, I put my
Exactly.
hand up, bro.
And
First
once
time
you
I
see
got
that you
pulled.
like actually have a conversation with him, like, all right, this motherfucker knows his law. I mean, yeah, his law. So you like, what the fuck? Are you some type of lawyer or something? I just know you, man. You ain't about to catch me on no shit.
No bullshit.
And,
Exactly.
and you
Catch
can
me.
legally pull your cops pull up. They pull you. You can pull your phone right out.
Right up.
You know what I mean? Boom. You supposed to have. You got your camera on you. We recording each other. But this is for my safety, officer. You know what I mean? Like I'm in fear of my life right now. You know what I mean? Say that right on camera, like little shit like that,
That's
bro.
my whole thing with it, though.
Talk
I
to
feel
him.
like a lot of people don't follow the rules of the law. I mean, of the world, but it's just like we going like we was talking about in the episode that we did. Like
Uh-huh.
consequences come with everything. So you know you're gonna suffer. It's like you can slip under the law as much as you want. You
Mhm.
feel what I'm saying? But you know, someday if you do the wrong shit, you might
You
just
putting
slip
that, you
up.
putting that energy out. It's gonna come back around. There.
Yeah,
It's
you
gonna come
might
back and
just
get
slip
you.
up.
Yeah.
But you know, you could do a lot of shit. I
Mhm.
break under the law and do a lot of shit,
Mhm.
bro. You could make a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
Make a lot of cheese and just transfer that energy You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If you do it right, you know what I'm saying. So it's like it's all about risk and rewards, right?
I mean, I think like the biggest. Who would you say the biggest drug lord was? That motherfucker got caught. Probably like what, Pablo. Yeah,
Pablo.
Probably.
There's no doubt about
He
it.
had the government on lock and everything. Like I don't think he got no better than that. You
Nah,
got the government
yeah,
working for you and
Pablo
everything,
different.
and that nigga still went down.
And then
So I think
Pablo
like
different.
even if like that, I think that would be the best of the best of the best. Like,
You
that's
talk
it.
about you talk about a nigga that went in jail, right?
I'm just saying, like,
and that was still living like he was outside, but he was in jail.
bro.
Like
he
you know
did
what I'm
whatever
saying,
he
bro?
did whatever he wants. So that's what I'm saying. Like
he got
that
that
he
type
had
of
like
billions
big
off this shit,
getting in
bro.
that, being in that life. That's the apex.
Exactly, bro.
Bro, this is my whole thing. I think even if you get it, it's niggas out here that got a couple million too, out this shit, and then or even a million, 500,000, and just started some other shit, and now they up.
That's what
running
it's about.
around.
For real. That's what it's about.
Running around.
So that's all.
So it's like you got to trick the system, of course. And where we come from, bro, you got to trick the system. We got to do a little extra to get ahead.
But that's
You
about
feel
what
me?
you said. You said risk and reward. That was
Risk
the
and
risk,
reward.
and now that's the
But
reward.
why? Why do we feel like we got to do that? Because I feel like I do feel like that's what we got to do. Like just to get some. Because before I answer, why do you feel like that?
Because even the college student that's going to college, that's trying to go to law school or trying to go to doctor, if they ain't got no parents behind them that then already set in stone, got some paper, then most likely he gonna be in that motherfucking trap and trying to get some paper anyway.
Okay. Well,
You
you know
what I'm saying?
I feel as though it's because of
On campus, he gonna be on that motherfucking trap in a little bit.
a lot of people say it, and I didn't understand it until I got older. But the system is literally made for us to basically be enslaved.
Yeah.
Just work for the man, and like we're not doing anything. We're not trying to own anything. We're just trying to move up little by little. You know, a manager, you know, a little regional. We're not trying to own that franchise. We're not thinking about ownership, actually owning things. We're just thinking about being workers. You know what I mean? So once you get out of that mind that bet I can own this
shit.
like you know what I mean, I can walk like this can be mine. You know what I mean? Like niggas don't walk inside of a Wendy's or a Walmart or anything like this. I can have this, like I can own this shit. Like niggas don't think like that. They be like, all right, bet. Well, y'all hiring? Oh, fuck that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna figure out.
Fuck that.
Me one of these bitches.
Real shit, and you know what I mean, that's the type of attitude we need to have. And I already know it's hard for me to speak and say like don't be in the streets and don't do that because I've been there. But I would say like if you gonna do it, be smart, get your money and get out. Into some like it's not like it's not nobody in your ear when you're out there in the streets telling you to do that. Get out and put your shit into some legal shit and fuck the streets. Like flip your money. You know what I mean, flip it legally. It's always niggas saying, no, you should get the crack, you should get the dope. You know, this shit right here popping, like this shit crazy. And the risk on that shit is life.
I need 100 and I'm out.
The risk on that shit is life. You know what I mean?
Give me 100 and I'm out.
What you doing with that 100 though?
Like 1,000 is reinvesting. We going all the way to the top. I need everything. I need motherfucking landscaping. I need car lot. I need everything. We get
like
cheese.
Yeah,
You
I
know
like
what I'm
it.
saying? Like I know. Look, hey bro, you got a clothing line. Hey bro, I got 50 for you. Fuck you talking about? I got 25 for you. 15.
I'm gonna tell you where the money really at.
Type shit, like.
If you can invest in these two things, bro, you'll be a fucking millionaire. A farmer. Everybody need food. You know what I mean? If you can grow your shit organic, people pay more. You know how much real like meat costs? Like out of the fucking city, like this, not this shit at the supermarket. This all produced fake shit. Like I mean, everything fake. Like real fucking meat. Like that shit costs a lot of money. And a nurse or doctors or whatever. If you can invest into them two, you'll be a fucking millionaire. That's what people need. We need somebody to take care of us because we get sick and everybody don't know what the fuck is going on with their body. We just die off. We need doctors and we need to eat. You know what I mean? So everything else, I mean, you know what I mean? But we need those.
You know what I mean? In a funeral home.
You said a funeral home.
Yeah, niggas are always gonna die.
I mean, niggas is always gonna die, but
I
mean, I could just bury my nigga in the backyard. You know what I mean? I'm about to pay thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? They got all these fake niggas coming to my funeral. That's when you see all the fake niggas come to the funeral. Like, oh, that'd be a lot of fake shit happening when you die. The RP shirts. You know what I mean? Nah, but Nah, facts though. You know what I mean? Facts. 'Cause that's the only thing that's guaranteed in life. You know what I mean?
All right.
Oh shit, can't escape death.
But the whole thing is, bro, we just gotta live while we here, bro. Keep running up the check, keep staying on it. You feel what I'm saying? Consistency is key. We're gonna keep going.
Dude, but do this shit smart where you don't gotta look over your shoulder. Like when I was in the street, looking over my shoulder was the worst thing, nigga. Being on the block, nigga, a bag of me blowing down the street, and I'm like, the fuck was that?
That-
I mean,
Right.
A little small.
Yeah,
little
you
sound.
Looking at every car going
on
by.
point. I
Looking
gotta
at
be on
every
point.
car
And
going
nobody,
by.
like nobody should have to be on point all the time. Like you gotta be on point all the time.
Be
when
like,
you're in the hood.
certain things, bro. It might just be the neighborhood you live in. You gotta be on motherfucking point.
Nigga, Kensington, nigga.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey.
G and Westmoreland, nigga.
Bro, that
Yeah,
shit
man.
ain't gotta be like
You
you ain't
already
gotta
know.
be on it, brother. You could just be where you live at, man. You might
Hey.
just gotta step out the door and be on some shit.
Tell you, bro, that's what it was. You go out there, it's like people see fiends, I see money. Well, I seen money. I mean, I ain't about that shit no more. But you seen what you seen. You know what I mean, I seen money. You know what I mean, I know if I stand on that corner, all I gotta do is stand on that corner. You know what I mean, nigga, I'm gonna get rich. But then again, this nigga's right down the street. I'm chilling. I might try to take my fucking noggin off because they see I'm making money out here. You know what I mean? So little shit like that. I gotta be on point for no fucking reason because I'm out here making money illegally. So not only do I gotta watch out for Pablo up the street, I gotta watch out for the cops that's down the street with binoculars. Look at this, we got him. You know what I mean? Hand to hand. You know what I mean? But we gonna chill. We gonna let him rock for about a week so we can catch his ass. You know what I mean? So we got a lot on him. You know what I mean? Run up on me. I don't even gotta have nothing. No, we got you on camera. We got everything. You coming with us, buddy.
Everything we
You know what I mean?
They straight walk up to you. How you doing? Yeah, take a walk with me. Come on, yeah.
That's how it is. That's life. That's real life.
Shit.
Damn, I'm caught.
It look
Like, don't
good.
try to-
It look good on TV.
And then he look
it
at
good
you.
in the
And then he
movies.
look at you. Don't even
You know what
try
I
to
mean?
run. Don't
But
even try to
you in
run.
real
man.
life, nigga.
Don't even try to run, bro. Cause oh God, I'm gonna fuck you up if you try to run.
When I'm zooming, I'm roaming, I'm in a different world. A different family and money, even a different girl. So what we plotting, right? So what's the move tonight? I'm always on my grind all the time, so let's do it right. I'm